cops frantically begged for help. Hostile protesters after Renee Nicole Good shooting. And the ICE officers were being surrounded. So this was posted today on New York Post. And let's check this out. Warning: discretion is advised. Damn. She shouldn't have been there. Oh my God. I guess we can thank The Handmaid's Tale for that. Shame, shame. And also, Game of Thrones. If anybody watched Game of Thrones, you know what I'm talking about. Give me a lot of beeps. That's all they do is cuss.
Damn.
I guess this guy filming he lives there, I'm assuming. He's in his house. I'm thinking that street might be, I don't know. Good Lord. They're already saying, they're already assuming she's dead.
Ma. Sí. Acaban de matar a alguien. No, no, no.
Y'all think that's just a bunch of rental property on that street? Just rental property?
Thinking about your next big move?
I don't know. Now they say they had I thought they would have the 911 call in there because they said they had some frantic 911 calls. We'll read the article. Let's see. Let me get set up. There we go. There we go. Authorities begged for help trying to contain a hostile crowd just moments after Renee Colgood was fatally shot by an ICE agent in Minneapolis. Frantic 911 calls and incident reports showed transcripts of calls and reports, which were released late Thursday and obtained by the New York Times, shed light. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm getting all this in here for you. There we go. Shed light on the chaos that unfolded as Minneapolis cops and fire units rushed to the scene on January 7th shooting. Need crowd control and area blocked off, one report said at 9:47 a.m., just minutes after paramedics arrived and started treating the 37-year-old anti-ICE protester. Crowd getting hostile, another report noted 3 minutes later. But if they were calling 911, Tampon Tim's police officers and stuff are not going to come. They were, I guess they were told to stand down. And there's part of the chaotic scene there in that neighborhood. And we've all seen that a bunch of times. At 10 a.m., authorities reported contact who was in charge of feds had them leave the scene. But reports flooded in roughly an hour later that federal agents were being surrounded. The unruly crowd only calmed when all ICE agents had left the scene at about 11:30 a.m., according to the reports. So, this was early in the morning. Who does this? Who gets up, takes their kid to school, let's grab a coffee, and then let's go chase down ICE agents all day? They're retarded. Meanwhile, a flurry of calls also came through 911 dispatches. Frantic witnesses described the moment immigration agent Jonathan Ross opened fire after Good clipped him with her SUV during a tense standoff. The transcript shows. Okay, we need to hear all of these and and get the transcripts, because we probably got the protesters just, oh, he murdered her, and just all this retardedness. There's 15 ICE agents, and they shot her because she wouldn't open her car door, one 911 caller said. What'd I say? Just something retarded. Yeah, she's supposed to open her door. She didn't, and he didn't shoot her because she didn't open the door. He shot her because she was charging him with her car. Good God. I witnessed it, another caller said. I saw it with my own eyes. Adding that a blood-soaked Good tried to drive away but crashed into the nearest vehicle that was parked. She was just minding her own business. Oh, God. She was minding her own business. Another call begged, send an ambulance, please, an ambulance, please. One dispatcher told a caller at one point that lots of help was en route. When EMSs arrived, they discovered the Mama 3 unresponsive in her car with blood on her face and torso, according to one incident report. I wonder when we're going to get the autopsy report. I don't know. I'm thinking he got her from the side. I mean, it could have got her in the neck or in the torso. I don't know. I mean, he shot 3 times. I'm just curious. I guess it doesn't matter, right? Well, there's the shot, but I don't think that one got her. I don't know. They'll do a reenactment, I guess, the forensics and stuff, and I'd be curious to see how that plays out. Yeah, the whole reenactment of it. They could do it. They can do it on AI. First responders observed 2 gunshot wounds on the right side of a Good's chest. First responders, okay. One on her left forearm and one with protruding tissue on the left side of the patient's head as blood poured out of her left ear, the report stated. Wow, 2 gunshot wounds on the right side of Good's chest. One on her left forearm and one with protruding tissue on the left side of the patient's head. So maybe the first shot didn't get her. The details emerged after graphic footage from the scene had earlier shown Good appearing to try to flee the ICE officers after she was accused of blocking the street and impeding the enforcement operation. Accused? There was no accusing. That's what she was doing. Good clipped the agent with her car before Ross fired multiple shots through her windshield and opened an open window, the feds said. The Department of Homeland Security maintains the agents opened fire in self-defense. Oh, wow. So what do y'all think of that? What do you think of that? I mean, wow. Cops frantically begged for help with hostile protesters. Well, it seemed like the article was saying that it was more the peaceful protesters were calling in and going, please send help. He just shot her for no reason. That's what he did. I just thought this was a good article. Dr. Oz says Minnesota fraud cover-up reaches the highest levels of state government. The highest level of state government. The Trump administration said it would freeze child care funds in Minnesota unless officials there provide more data about the programs. Why don't they? I mean, I don't want to sound like Jackson. I don't understand. It's just delusional that why don't they cooperate? If you don't have nothing to hide, give over your data information. Let ICE get these illegals out, and there'd be rest. Help the police and help them out. Dr. Hemet Oz, the administrator of the Centers for Medicaid and Medicaid, I can't even read, services, revealed that healthcare fraud in Minnesota is more significant than previously known, according to his interview with Epoch TV's American Thought Leaders, premiering at 5 p.m. on ET on January 17th, which is tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. After speaking to whistleblowers across the state, Oz said there has been a cover-up for years and that it reaches the highest levels of government. Well, we know this, right? Oz made reference to Somalian Americans and Somalian nationalists who have significant presence in the Minneapolis Twin Cities area, who have recently been accused of administration officials engaging in defrauding of federal government entitlement programs, including Medicaid. Wow. Who'd have thought that the workers were helping and complicit? For example, the Somalian subpopulation who have different cultural moves than the folks who have historically been in Minnesota, you think, might be taking advantage of the system. Say it isn't so. They were built for Minnesota's nice people, Oz said. I've been hearing a lot of that, like, you take third world low IQ invaders with low trust. Did you drop them in high IQ, high trust society? And what happens? They completely take advantage of it, which makes us look stupid. But it's just that we have high trust. We're a high trust civilization. We don't expect all this kind of fraud. Not on this kind of massive scale. And this is what was told to me by people working in the Department of Health and Human Services there. From folks who are police, law enforcement, they were witnessing it. The administration has gained evidence now that we might be seeing that in other Somalian populations in the United States, Oz said, adding that they talk to each other. Hey, I said in my other videos, I'm like, hey man, they got their buddies on speed dial. Because this is happening all over the country. Like, hey man, so-and-so, Soros and his buddies, they got these NGOs. And they said, all you got to do, and we're going to show you how to do it. You just go say you have a daycare. You got 10 kid. Like I'm sounding like I'm Chinese and they're Somalian. Yeah, I'm retarded. Once you figured out that, no one's watching the till. You can begin to steal money in other areas, he said. In any case, we are aggressive on this. I want to see less talk and more action. Providing an example, Oz said that the investigators in the Twin Cities discovered a building with boarded up windows. Have we seen that before in Nick Shirley's video? No, I didn't call him Shirley. I called him Nick. That allegedly had 400 businesses running out of there in the last couple of years that had generated about $380 million in bills. What? For the federal government in Minnesota. And they're pissed and suing Trump administration because they want to cut the money off. Maybe we need to have a tea party. Maybe we need to... we outnumber the libtards. We do, people. We outnumber them. I would go to a tea party. A tea party to say, hey, we're protesting against the libtards and the fraud. And we want the illegals out. And I'll tell you what, it'd be a whole different scene than what we're seeing now. There wouldn't be all this nonsense. And these are all the social services businesses. So as you start to probe into how these beehive of corruption arose, the question does come up. You know, who owns the building? Like, how did this even come about? The building owner would not let us go into the building, he added. I don't know if we should blame the building owner. I'm just going out on a limb here. I mean, you get a call, you own a building, somebody wants to rent it out. You're like, sure. You know, and maybe they go by year lease and they pay their bills on time and whatever. Because you can rent out a building, and what are you supposed to do? Is he supposed to go over there and what kind of business are they running? I mean, maybe, I guess. Okay, you're a responsible renter. You're renting somebody your place. Maybe you should go check and see what they're doing with it. Yeah, okay, I get it. I get it. Did I read that paragraph? We don't want to leave anything out. The state has been under the spotlight for years. Medicaid fraud, including 300 million COVID-19 related fraud cases involving feeding our future profits. Nonprofit. Yeah, we did do that one. Okay. The state has been under the spotlight. Federal prosecutors said it was the largest COVID-19 related fraud scheme in the United States. Well, I think that's yet to be seen. They haven't tapped into California, but they're thinking California is going to be way worse than this as far as all kinds of fraud. And that the defendants exploited a state-run, federally funded program meant to provide food for the children. Since 2022, 57 people have been convicted either by pleading guilty or by losing at trial. The majority of the defendants were charged in the case of Somalians of origin. Numerous other fraud cases are under investigation, including new allegations involving child care centers. It's not new, baby. That's not new, baby. They knew about this in 2015. Aside from the Medicare and Medicaid agencies, God, they kill me with these. The Treasury Department also announced last week that it will investigate financial transactions between Minnesota resident businesses in Somalia as the government ramps up an operation targeting illegal immigration in the state. The Department of Homeland Security, too, has deployed thousands of agents to Minnesota as part of that broader federal effort, although protests have erupted in recent days over the shooting of the protesters. And I just saw a clip of FBI. He comes out, the head guy. I'm having a brain fart on his name. Anyway, he says they're just reassuring the public that they're all looking into this. The FBI is on it. They are looking into all of the fraud. Like I said, I'm tired of statements and stuff like that, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. The Trump administration said last month it would freeze child care funds in Minnesota unless officials here provide more data about the programs. And in January's statement, it said would freeze a program that allows states to pay child care providers without attendance requirements. Now, I heard a lawyer saying it like a week or so ago. He was saying the way the contract was built, whatever you want to call it, whatever the law or whatever it is, when you go and apply for these businesses to have the daycare in Minnesota. Okay. He was saying that in the wording that the kids don't have to be there. They just have to register. It's insane. So they need to restructure how people are going to get money through the government to run these daycares. And I don't think it should be. It's not that many people. Who is doing this? Who is doing this? How many people are taking advantage of these daycares? Which there was nobody at these daycares. I'm just saying. I'm just talking rhetorical because it's all retarded. Responding to the claims, Minnesota Governor Tampon Tim has been crucial of the Trump administration's efforts in his state, while arguing that his office has already taken steps to reduce the fraud. Sure you did, because you had fraud in 2015 and you didn't put any safeguards up, and now we have trillions of dollars, billions of dollars pouring out of just little old Minnesota. Minneapolis. Meanwhile, the ongoing federal operation in Minnesota are a direct threat against the people of this state who dared to vote against him 3 times and who continue to stand up for freedom with courage and empathy and profound grace. Waltz said earlier this week. Epoch Times contacted the governor's office for comment on January 16th fraud investigation expanding. Well, if y'all watched my video yesterday, you need to go watch it. Where we played Tampon Tim's video. They're doubling down. And I even said it too. Even before that, I was like, man, they are going to double down. They are not going to heed Trump's warning. I guess they want to see a military in there just to see if they could get some kind of juicy footage to give them some kind of leverage. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me. And the administrations or ongoing investigation into the entitlement fraud are being expanded, namely in California, Oz told America thought leaders. We know. What we're seeing in Minnesota is the tip of the iceberg because it is dwarfed by what I saw in California, which is whole-scale cultural, oh my God, malfulness around healthcare. Oh my God, it's going to be insane. It's going to be insane. I bet it's going to be trillions, y'all. Oh my God. And can y'all not wait to see Newsome in handcuffs and in a orange jumpsuit in jail? I would just love to see that. Holy moly. Oz described Southern California's situation as a pervasive tolerance and acceptance of fraud. And that it's so rampant that you don't even know how to get your arms around it. Don't you dare start telling us it's too big, we can't do nothing about it. That's what Biden and them said about the immigration as the front door was wide open. We have the unions being involved in some of these endeavors and lobbying as well to get certain individuals elected. Make unions outlaw 'em. Make it illegal to have a union. Look what the union's done to the post office, for God's sakes. Unions ruin everything. They ruin everything. They really do. They started out with good intentions. Safe conditions, working conditions, and things like this for employees. But boy, where money pours in, it corrupts. And my God, they are corrupt. Oz said he believed foreign-based gangs were perpetrating fraud in hospice and home health care programs, but he did not provide detailed examples. I don't doubt it. You have in Minnesota where you have these non-emergency vehicles that they're getting paid through the federal government and through these NGOs to provide non-emergency driving them around, like non-emergency Uber, basically. And nobody's getting this. Nobody's using it. So why would they not say that they're giving assistance to the certain people for hospice and collecting money? Sure. That doesn't surprise me a bit. The alleged fraud might be part of a much larger scheme to change how we elect our officials. And that is very chilling for us to think that you might be using social programs designed to help all Americans who are struggling or who have vulnerabilities, using that as a tool to change who gets elected. Yeah, of course. Last week, oh man, what is happening? Last week, I had a freeze or something on my computer. Whatever. Last week, Oz, along with First Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Esley, said at a news conference that federal officials will investigate allegations of fraud involving hospice centers in the state, describing the crimes as pervasive. Oh, my God. They just prey upon anybody, right? They preyed upon the homeless. Billions of dollars are missing, and the homeless is still homeless. Good God Almighty. They could have built a giant facility with the billions of dollars that they had. Like let's say it's a base, a homeless base. They'd have a giant cafeteria, a place for them to do their clothes. Of course, you'd have to have security. I guess you'd run it like a prison, but it's called a homeless shelter. Pick them up off the street and stick them in there. I'm serious. The billions that they had spent on the homeless in California, they could have actually built a facility to actually help these people. And the only way you could be in here is you can't be doing drugs. Both Oz and Essie suggest that foreign-based gangs were behind the fraud targeting hospice. We read that in California. Gangs behind the targeting hospice centers and home health care programs, while Oz elaborated on those claims on Friday by saying that a Russian Amram mafia was targeting California's healthcare system. Blame it. Why is this doing this to me? Thank God it's Friday. These hospice programs are created when the most common reason that you enter into is cancer. But these days, not everyone with cancer dies, but also you put a lot of people in Alzheimer's, other conditions in there, so it becomes a little harder for police whether people were going into hospice, he said. My mother had hospice. Now, I went to her home, and I was there 24 hours a day, but hospice would come in a couple days a week, right? Just to check on her, check on me, talk to me. They were really great. And I had to sign paperwork and all kinds of stuff. So I don't understand how there I go, like Jackson. I don't understand. How could I defraud them? I don't understand. A post from California Governor Gavin Newsom's press office account on X on January 6th said that the state had stopped tens of billions of dollars in fraud, specifically unemployment fraud, and also criticized the Trump administration. Of course he did. Of course he did. Of course he did. He put out a statement. Gavin Newsom said, we stopped the fraud. Well, guess what, Newsom? They're going to come in there and they're going to find out. They're going to find out, baby. Or you're going to have another Nick Shirley out there. Yep, undercover work, baby. You know, y'all might think maybe I'm being cruel. I don't care. But what we're about to witness, I truly want to see more of. Truly, I do. For these retards blowing those stupid whistles. If anything, do it to them for blowing the stupid whistle. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. These people, I can't wait till they find the people who are actually paying for these protesters. I heard somebody else talk. Oh, it was the guy from FBI. Also, he was talking about on that clip. He said he was, and I've said this in videos, and I'm sure other people have too, that, you know, you have somebody in San Diego or you have somebody in New York, you got some people in Minnesota, and they all got the same signs. So this is definitely organized. So here we have Border Patrol agent caught on camera kneeing a man in the face during a Minneapolis arrest. I say, what do you say? Let's check it out. Oh, those stupid whistles. God. Watch it. Watch this.
Jesus! Hey! Stop kneeing him in the face! That's his face! Stop it!
Yeah, it's his face. Do it again.
I am backing up.
Do it again.
Where are we going? All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
What's your name? What's your name for your family?
I mean, I don't know if y'all had thought this. Maybe this is just the way my mind thinks, but how many instances that have we seen where they're arresting these people, right? They're arresting these people. And these people are resisting arrest. They're just wiggling and squirming, and it takes like 3 of them to get them. 3 big guys get somebody. 3 or 4 guys, right? To put somebody down and get the handcuffs on them because they're just boom, 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 boom. I'm like, man, why are they got like chloroform their asses? Chloroform, have a shot, give them a shot of something, knock them out, strank them. But did you notice that guy? He started cooperating once he got whacked in the face a couple of times. Hey, let's see that again. We need to see this again because, you know, this is just good family entertainment. Oh, that whistle. Oh, my God.
Jesus!
Hey! Stop kneeing him in the face! That's his face!
Well, we got to do that again.
Jesus!
Hey! Stop kneeing him in the face!
No. Do it again.
That's his face! Stop
Oh,
it!
nice. We got another one.
I am backing up. It's icy.
Nice. Nice.
Stop it!
Back up or you'll be arrested for impeding. Back up.
I am backing up. It's
Be
icy.
careful, be careful.
Hey!
Boom. Boom.
Stop
Boom.
kneeing him in the face! That's his face!
He did it again.
Back up or you'll be arrested for impeding. Back up.
I am backing up. It's icy.
Be careful, be careful.
Yeah, I thought that was funny. That was one of the feel-good videos of today, ladies and gentlemen. Hate all you want, but stop resisting. That should have not have taken 10 minutes to arrest him, right? He's struggling and kicking and carrying on. Like, bam! Chloroform. Let's get that a little bit. He's out. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. All right, check out this video. We need a couple of things that distract us from all the craziness. But this is crazy too. This is just a different kind of crazy. Look at this. Everyone's worst nightmare when you go on a plane. Good Lord. I even asked Grok if this was for real, because I thought, man, nah, is this AI? But no, that's for real, dog.
We gon' fuck all night, bitch! We gon' fuck all night, bitch! 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 I said, bitch! I said, fuck all night, bitch! Bitch! We gon' fuck all night, bitch! Cause we gon' fuck Abby! Ah, shit! Bitch! Ambulance! Bitch! No! Yes, I instant pain! Mama said this. This is makes sense. Fucking makes sense. You ready to go? Yes. Bitch, all night, bitch.
Was she? What is happening? It sounded like she was speaking another language.
Bitch. No.
Listen,
Yes, I
right there,
instant pain.
right there.
Mama said this.
there.
This is makes sense. Fucking makes sense. You ready to go? Yes.
What the hell?
I said fuck all night, bitch! Bitch! We gon' fuck all night, bitch! Cause we gon' fuck Abby! Ah, shit! Bitch! Ambulance! Bitch! No! Yes, I instant pain!
Good God.
Mama said this! This is makes sense. Fucking makes sense.
I don't know about y'all, but I'd be like, oh my God. Hey, we need a couple guys. Anybody got a rope? Tie her up. Who got some duct tape? I'm serious. Like, hey, get the stewardess. Hey, man, you got some rope? We're going to tie her up right now because she's freaking everybody out. And damn, she sounded like she was possessed. Did you tell me what you think? That was some cray-cray. Good Lord. You know, could you ever ask yourself, why do so many woke liberals, they look like this? They look like this.
Hey guys, Brittany here. I'm a mess. I'm not doing good at
Brittany's here. I'm a mess. Like, what is it? Like, I don't know.
all today. I'm like really angry and splitting so much, and I'm just like, I want to go back to bed, but I have to work because there's some like money I need to make.
There's some money I gotta make. In a way, I feel sorry for her. Oh my God. I mean, talk about the Walrus. Cuckoo Kajoo. Come on, man.
And I have a horrible headache and I just can't stop splitting. And if you're familiar with splitting, it's basically like getting angry at people and like not being able to control it and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't know the exact definition of splitting, but I could tell I'm doing it right now.
Who is she getting angry at? She says she just gets angry at people so much that she get a splitting. If you don't know what splitting is, it's a headache. And like, God, I just want to go back to bed. Maybe she has a headache because she has a bone in her nose. I'm just going on a limb here.
I also just realized I haven't taken my meds in like 2 days.
Oh my God.
So, you know, that could be contributing to this also.
Wow. Wow.
I'm just like, I literally don't know what to do. Anything I put on, like, music-wise to listen to, I'm literally sobbing. So yeah, I guess I'm just gonna listen to music and cry.
Whatever she's listening to would probably make me cry.
So I'm a little more calm now. And basically, like,
Oh my
I
God,
don't know,
look at her
I
ears.
just really caught myself splitting, and I even wrote out a really mean text, and then I deleted it because I'm like, no, I'm splitting. So my coping skills are literally just gonna be me listening to music and getting orders because I have to make money. I can't just go home and sleep. So yeah.
Who hired this person? Who hired her? What is she doing for a job to make money? I'm just asking questions here because, wow. I don't know. I don't know. Oh my God. It came with a tampon. It even came with a tampon. Oh man, that was brilliant. Brilliant. And those of you who watched my video yesterday, I had a video of him being interviewed and it also had a clip of him in a peaceful protest. And he come towards the cop, the ICE agents, and they blasted him with a non-lethal weapon, but at close range, and now he's going to lose his eye, right? So, man, he's got a big old knot. But somebody goes, yep, I fixed it. Damn. Yep, I fixed it. Because his other eye is toast, y'all. It is toast. We got another great meme. I don't think I can play the music in it. I could get a strike, so y'all know how that rolls. But seeing is believing. And how this is so good. This is so good. All right, here we go. So you get the idea. Look. And he's like, make America great again. USA. Go USA. Look. Run over Omar. That was great. That was just great. I loved it. All right, we're going to wrap this up with probably one of the favorite stories I went over today. Actually, I like them all. I like the guy getting kneed in the face. I like Omar getting ran over by the golf cart. Yeah, I know, I'm bad. Hey! These libtards have done this to themselves. So this guy called ICE on a restaurant because he wanted to work there, but they had no opening. So this guy goes to this restaurant. He needs a job. They're full, right? He calls ICE. They go and arrest like 12 of them. 12 people got deported. And guess what? He got a job. This is what needs to keep happening all over America. And that's basically what I said when I reposted it. I said, keep doing this, America. Deport them all. They're taking your jobs. This guy had to do that. And then guess what? Once the illegals were gone, what do they keep telling us? That the illegals are taking jobs that Americans don't want? Well, apparently not. Apparently not.
2 weeks ago, I made an anonymous tip to an ICE office about a restaurant I'd applied to that rejected my application. 3 days later, there was a raid on that restaurant and 12 of their employees were deported. I did this because I really wanted to work at that restaurant, but they were full staffed. So I figured, what better way to get an opening in than to have half of their staff deported. So that's what I did. When I reapplied, I got hired, and I've been working there a few days, but now I'm worried that they're going to find out that I was the one who called and had half of their staff deported.
They're going to find out now.
For anyone who's been in a similar situation, was there some way you were able to soften the blow ahead of time, or kind of get them used to the idea that maybe an employee here got everyone deported? Who knows? I'm just seeking advice because I do like a lot of my coworkers, and I don't want them to hate me or think I'm a bad person or something.
No, you're not a bad person. You need you need the Congressional Medal of Honor. You did a service to your country. What are you saying? You got illegals out of the country. Yes. And you got a job because you're an American citizen. Give that medal, give that guy the Congressional Medal of Honor. Everyone have a great weekend. If news gets crazy, I'll do a video tomorrow. If it's just, the same old hum, repeat, rinse and repeat. Because basically that's what we've been doing all week. There hasn't been a whole lot of zingers. Except the couple of videos I showed today were really good. If I see some funny stuff, we'll see if we can take a look at that. But anyway, have a great weekend. Like and subscribe.